every life experience that's valid in my life was through there. My first threesome, you know, where I had like my first somebody eating my butthole, or like seeing ghosts. I saw at the Comedy Store.
You really saw ghosts?
2 times. Me and Johnny Sanchez saw at the same time a ghost.
Where did you see your ghost?
What do you mean? It's only one.
No,
there's only one ghost. There's only one ghost there, bro.
The belly room.
And his name is Gus. Do you know that?
Is that his name?
That's his name, bro. Gus, dude. I've seen Gus twice, bro.
Now, where did you see Gus?
The first time I saw Gus was Johnny Sanchez. You know that little Latino guy?
Yes, absolutely.
You know, he goes, "Hey, bro." I go, "What's up? Let's do a gig in Bakersfield." So back in the day, I had this truck with no window. The windows were blasted open. I had no money. So I parked my truck at the Comedy Store. He takes his car. We drive to Bakersfield. We do a show. On the way back, it's like 3 a.m. now. Right, he drops me off at my car. We're standing in the parking lot, just talking about the night or whatnot. And we both look up at that top window, and we see a face, glowing, no eyes, no features, wearing a top hat, and 2 hands against the window, looking down on us. And we look at the thing, we look at each other again, and we look back up, it's gone. And we believe that to be Gus, my friend.
That was the first time. When was the second time?
I was playing the piano at 4 a.m.
In the main room?
Yeah. Why are you laughing, dude?
I haven't really heard anyone say that before.
In the main room bathroom?
What?
How many people can say they played the Comedy Store piano at 4 a.m?
I played it many times. In the back, that bathroom, that piano.
Yeah, that piano back there,
Okay.
yeah. But back then, it wasn't in back there. It was on the side of the stage.
On the side of the stage.
Right. So it's completely dark, right? And I'm playing my own improvised little, Korean lullaby. Dang ding, dang ding, dang ding, dong, ding, dang dang ding, dang ding, dong, ding, dang. Stuff like that. And I look to my right, and I see a yellow suit with a top hat, but from far away. You know where the entrance is? I see it coming toward me. I run out that back door, to the hallway.
Yeah.
And I come back in, it's gone. And that I believe that to be my second encounter with Gus.
Now, I had one encounter, but it wasn't with Gus.
Who is it?
I thought it was Sam Kinison.
It's so funny that you say that, because once you say this, what you're saying, I'm going to tell you something about Sam and Gus. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, tell me what.
Well, Carl LeBeau, you know Carl LeBeau?
Yes, sir.
Carl LeBeau and Sam Kinison were best friends. In fact,
sir.
when Sam Kinison died, Carl LeBeau held his body. Did you know that?
As he was saying, no, it's not my time to go.
Yeah, that whole thing. Don't make me cry right now.
No, I know.
Because you almost made me cry just
No,
now.
it's sad.
Don't do that, okay?
I won't.
You almost got me there. But anyway, but Carl was telling me, because I got his teeth fixed. Do you know that? Back in the day when I started making money in showbiz, well, he came up to me and he opened his mouth, and it was like boom shakalaka in his mouth, like death.
Carl LeBeau.
No, yeah, he'd opened his mouth and something was rotting in his mouth. I go, "What's the matter?" He goes, "My tooth." That's not what he sounds like. But he goes, "My tooth." I go, "What's wrong with your tooth?" He goes, "It's rotting." And I went and got his teeth fixed. But during that time, right, he was telling me a story how when him and Sam Kinison moved here from Houston, they would sleep in the main room on the stage. And one night, Carl and Sam were sleeping, and Carl was awoken to Sam Kinison levitating upside down from the stage. And Carl goes, what? You know how big Sam is, right? And then he was dropped on his back, but he was definitely like 4 feet up from the stage. And they believed that it was Gus that was doing that. Gus apparently was a bodyguard or a doorman back when it was Ciro's, and he was assassinated there. And he's like a mafia hitman, his ghost, and he's angry. What's the matter? Why are you just staring at me like that?
Princess Corey. I saw who I thought was Kennison. I was in the original room.
Yeah.
Okay, so I went. I had like a 12:45 spot in the original room. It's Saturday night. This is the old days. The place is hopping. I hear a voice in the main room. There's a show going on in the main room on a Saturday night. I walk up, and it's sold out. I know Mitzi's in her chair in that booth there.
Oh, yeah, back in the day.
I didn't go in. I sat in the hallway. But something, when I was looking at the comic, so the main room is that TV. The main room stage is that TV. I'm in the hallway. Something kept blocking the light from the belly room that was shining on the wall. So every time I would watch, something would block it. And I finally go, what the fuck is this? And I stepped back and I looked up. And what I saw was,
What'd you see, dude?
I don't want to say this.
No, you have to.
What I saw was a guy look at me, but before I could see his face or what he had in his head, he threw a cape over. And he went into the belly room.
That was Gus, dude.
And
That
I
ain't no
said-
Sam Kinison.
And I was like, Jesus Christ. I finally saw my first ghost at the store. That's it. It's done.
So Gus wears a top hat and a cape?
Now, Princess Corey has
Don't doubt it, dude.
a
it's
story
amazing.
about getting fucked up at the store and going into the main room when it was dead. You know, when we first started there was no main room shows, comedy chaos on Tuesday.
Yeah, it was
Skylar Stone on
from-
Thursday. It was
from Friday and Saturday was open, but during
Open.
every night, other night was
it was
completely
dead.
dark,
Completely dark.
closed down.
Oh, Tuesday.
Oh, they had
Tuesday.
Black Night.
Black Night.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
besides that, it was completely dead. Princess Corey told me a story one day. She was on the up and up. Her and I were eating like lunch or something. And she told me that's the first time she told me. She goes, oh, this place is definitely fucking haunted. And I go, what are you talking about? And she goes, one night I got really fucking hammered. And I figured I'd go into the main room and fall asleep in one of the booths. She goes, I just wanted to, she goes, I figured I'd nap for an hour, sleep it off, and wake up. She goes, I was awakened to fucking ballroom music
Wow.
blasting in the comedy store.
Creep.
And she said she popped her head up and the whole main room stage was people dancing with top hats and jackets on, like just dancing. And that she got
Like
up
The
and
Shining
ran out.
style?
Yeah, and set the alarm off.
Whoa.
Cops came, you know, the manager at the store came at the time. She was the talent coordinator at the time. This was before Freddie, I think. God rest his soul. And she goes that the cops came, they couldn't find nothing. But I have been out in that lot many a night. Again, in those days, I was on some type of drug. So I cannot. The night I was watching the main room show, I was not on drugs. I was still had a spot, so I did not do cocaine yet. So what I saw that night, I saw.
Yeah.
I've seen two ghosts in my life. I saw a ghost at the comedy store, and I saw a ghost when I was about 4 in a building in New York
You
City.
remember that?
Always.
4.
Yes. I still remember what I felt like. I still remember telling my mother the confusion that I had, and I still remember my mother asking me the story over and over and over again like a cop to make sure I wasn't fucking crazy. And then when I moved into 3515 Gibbonette Terrace, there was a time when I got out of Catholic school, I couldn't stay in that house, Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
I couldn't stay in that house at night.
Yeah.
Bobby, I'm a big boy. You know me. You know I'm the type of guy I love to be independent. When I got out of the Catholic school, my mom had a bar.
Yeah.
So that meant basically I had the house to myself at nights. What 12-year-old kid doesn't want a house to himself with cable TV?
Every night.
Every kid wants a house to himself. I would go home at night. My mother would cook dinner. I would eat dinner with her. She'd leave to the bar. I would do my homework, watch Gets Christy Love, whatever show was popular in those times. Go up to my room about 10 o'clock, put the air on, go to sleep. And within 20 minutes, I'd be awoken by something. Bobby Lee, this went on for fucking a year. That I couldn't sleep. I would fucking test toward, and I would feel something. And one night I said, I can't do this no more. There's something in this fucking house. And I remember telling my mother, and my stepfather, and people, they're like, you're crazy, you're watching too many horror movies. And I fucking started living with a family. I would just go to their house at night. I played basketball with the kids, and the parents didn't have a fucking clue who was in their couch at night.
So you just because you couldn't sleep?
I would go to my mother's bar, stay at my mother's bar till 9, do homework, eat dinner with my mother, and then go to 26th Street in Central. They were a Puerto Rican family named the Torreses, and I was son with Jose Torres, Papo. And I'd go to his room, we'd watch TV, and nobody would know I was even sleeping in his house. I'd get up in the morning, brush my teeth, comb my hair, and go to North Bergen school. So I would stay in Union City and go to school in North Bergen. The fucking point of the story is
Yeah.
that after my mother died, and I found her dead and the whole thing, I found out an interesting fucking story. Some people came over after my mom died, and they said, we're really sorry about your mom's death. And they said, you know what? We never liked this house anyway. We thought about buying this house. But you know why this house sold for cheap? Because somebody hung themselves in the garage.
Whoa.
And right there, I knew that all my premonitions that I had, I would hear it, Bobby Lee. I'm not a retard. I'm not a fucking idiot, Bobby Lee. I know what I see, and I know what I feel. I would feel somebody going up the steps. Wow. That's what I would feel. People running up the steps or running down the steps.
Now, the person that killed himself, were they white?
I had no idea.
You have to know that shit. You have to know that shit.
Probably New Jersey, you would think so, right?
I thought he hung himself. For years, I heard the rumor. Because after, like, my mother died, they buried her. And these people who had lived on the block, I knew, like, I wasn't friendly with them.
Yeah.
They came that day and were like, we looked at this house first. It was like $10,000 cheaper.
Yeah.
But somebody killed themselves in the garage. So they said that he hung himself. And then I told somebody, and they came back to me. They go, well, nah, we did some looking. The guy was one of those guys that closed the garage.
Ooh.
And put the fucking
The
thing
car
in.
on?
The car on. So anytime I go back to that house, like when Lee and I shot the documentary, I could feel that house. Like I was thinking about buying that house.
But
it's
still there.
I'm buying that house.
It's still there, yeah.
It's still there, and I'm thinking of going back to North Bergen and saying, what do you want for this house? And offering them $20,000 more. Gutting that house. Gutting it from A to Z. Gutting it. Cleaning out the outside. I know there's shit in the yard. I know there's weapons hidden in the yard. My stepdad.
You think they're still there?
I know they're still there.
Yeah.
I hit a gun in 85th Street. I know it's still there. Whenever I talk to the people, I go, "Did you motherfuckers ever find that gun?" They're like, "Where did you put it?"
Yeah.
I said, "By the garage. It had to be like 3 feet in." But there's something about 3515 Gibbon Terrace that's always bothered me. Still till today.
Wow.
My mother died there. I found her in the kitchen. You know, what that house had become.
Well, who lives there now?
A family. When me and Lee were there,
An older Hispanic family,
they
right?
were older family, but they had it since
Who's
my
Lee?
mother died. Lee. His
Hi,
name is
nice
Lee.
to meet you.
That's Bob. That's Lee.
You are Lee, huh?
Yes.
That's my bad, dude.
No worries.
I thought you thought his name was Jimmy?
I don't remember, but I the whole time I was thinking, what the fuck's this guy's name again?
Yeah, so when Lee and I
hey,
went...
Hey, Lee, what's up?
Nice to see you,
Good
buddy.
to see you,
When
man.
Lee and I went and shot the documentary, some people came and they go, "No, I think the people bought that house when your mother died. They were the first people that bought it, and they still live there. But I would like to buy that house and
There's nothing you can do, though.
tear it down. No,
Yeah, but even if you build something back up in that the ghost is still there.
no, I could do something. You could bring like Indian chiefs. And fucking, you can give it a try.
yeah, have the people dance on it and shit.
I know my mother's in that house. I know my mother's tormented in that house. I know that she's in there. I would give her peace of mind. I've always thought about that. And I can't believe how cheap the like my friend's dad died. He's got a 2-floor fucking house in North Bergen. It's $400,000.
Yeah.
North Bergen is a throw rock from New York City.
Is it still safe?
The house in the neighborhood is safe. Everything's safe. You would have to tear the house down and build a new house. But the property...
Yeah, communicating with the dead and stuff. Now you're getting into stuff.
No. Don't I say I want to communicate with nobody? Listen, you're talking about the wrong dude.
No, but you want to... What do you want to do?
I would like to buy that house. That house meant a lot to me.
I know, but the thing is that no matter what you do with the house, you tear it down, you wipe it out, you build something else on there, the spirits are still there.
You believe that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not in the wall. It's not in the concrete.
What makes you believe that? Just I'm not
Because
doubting
it's-
you.
because
I'm
it-
not arguing with you. I just
Because
want to know.
we're dealing with a different plane, my friend. Okay, they're on both planes, right? So you have to go to the second plane, take some sort of machine. Maybe Duncan Trussell knows about one.
No, which the Cubans call El Mundo de la Verdad.
Get that.
That they went
gotta
over
get
to
the El
the
Mundo.
world of truth.
Yeah.
I understand that, but I figured whatever was haunting me. Listen, Bobby Lee, you've been addicted to drugs. You've been addicted to drugs
right.
where you started hearing things.
That's right.
I've been addicted to drugs where I started hearing things for 27 years. You know, it's a mental prison. That's the easiest way to describe an addiction. People who are going through opioids or whatever you're going through, my heart goes out to you. And you know I love you. You know I'm telling you the truth, that it's a mental prison. You can't be reliable. You're not reliable no more. You and I both know it's a mental prison. But I still believe in the spirituality of life.
I do too.
You know, like when I did The Longest Yard, where we shot The Longest Yard in New Mexico, there was a riot at that prison. And they killed 7 guards. And they shut the power down. And when they turned the power on, people thought that it was water. It was blood. It was a stream of blood from all the people they had killed. Until this day, they took the blood out and they paint the floor every year. But there was so much blood on the floor that the blood still comes up from the prison
What the
floor.
fuck are you telling me this about?
Because when we shot the longest yard there, they found out about that. The Paramount did. So Paramount didn't want no fucking problems. So they sent a Swami, a Hindu, a Catholic priest. I think I'm kidding you. An Indian priestess.
Everyone for
Everybody
religion in
for
the
every
movie?
religion, and they sent them down there to do a cleanse. The funny thing was the producers wanted to make sure, so they offered anybody who spent the night in the prison
Yeah.
$1,000, and the fucking nobody spent the night. Everybody would run out an hour in because they heard noises and shit
But
like
you know Mitzi, though, right?
Right.
Mitzi hired a cleaner from Paris every year for like 30 years to clean her office. Because there was apparently like things would levitate and crash against the walls in her office. Have you ever been inside her office?
Yes.
I've never seen it. And I've been there for 25 years. I don't
You've
think you
never
have.
seen the inside of that office?
No.
Yes.
You've seen the inside.
The inside of that office.
I thought no
She
one
was
seen it.
alive. This was 15 years ago when she used to come in 3 times a week.
Yeah, I never saw the
I was
inside.
a telemarketer upstairs with
But they
Ed
clean,
Mitchell.
she would clean it every year, and she would say it still wouldn't be clean. No one could clean it. So what I'm saying is that who knows if these Hindus and these cleaners can do anything?
Well, here's the deal. I was at the store one afternoon. I used to do Bob Oshek's job, who before that was Freddie Soto's job. And what you did was you basically fucking drove. You went to get her a tongue sandwich. You went to the hardware store and you made deposits at the bank.
Yeah.
That was your job,
Right.
you know? And you picked up shift with a little Mexican carpenter. Is he still there?
Yeah,
daytime?
yeah. I love him.
Love him.
But he's doing well in life, so he's a little fatter.
Is he?
He has more cheeks.
I gotta go see him.
And he was like, "Hey, bro, how you doing?"
Yeah, he would be down there at 10 after 9.
Yeah, I
washing
like that
and
guy. I
shit.
forgot his name. What's his name?
Emilio.
Yeah, whatever,
Emilio. I
whatever.
was there one day waiting to go on a mission. And the weirdest thing happened. A van pulled up, like a handicap van. You know, it had to be 2000, 2001, maybe. It's got to be 2 in the afternoon. And this van pulls up. Guy gets out of the car, kind of looks like me, a little thinner. And he opens up the 2 doors and he puts a wheelchair guy in the ramp and he presses a button and the ramp pushes it out. And the guy walks up and he's very friendly, the guy. He goes, "How you doing?" And I go, "How you doing?" If I was 40, 38 at the time, the guy had to be 80,
Yeah.
85. And his handler was about 40, 45. And they were very nice. But the guy asked me blatantly, he goes, "Is Mitzi here?" And I go, "I don't know. You know, I don't know nothing. You know me, I don't know nothing. I don't know if Mitzi's here." And she goes, "Are you a comedian here?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm trying, you know, just trying to put the pieces together, sir." And I didn't know what the guy did, but he goes, "I was one of the original doormen here when it was Ciro's.
Whoa.
Did Mitzi ever find the money? Do you know if she ever found the money downstairs?"
Whoa.
And I was like, "I have no fucking idea." And then the guy rolled by me, and I don't know if he saw Mitzi
Whoa, wait.
don't know
What
if
you're
you
saying to
can
me
see
right
Mitzi.
now is in the basement.
in the basement.
There could be money stashed away there.
Yes.
Because you know you can get down there now. People hang out down there.
Yes, they have a
We
whole
gotta
thing.
find it.
Yes, but I heard that you could go downstairs and sneak out all the way to the street behind it.
No.
Yes, that's
There's
the
a
way.
tunnel.
There's a tunnel because
No.
Yes, because the guy who owns Ciro's,
Smuggled shit.
what's his name?
Zero.
No, the guy who owns Ciro's was a gangster. That kid, Bugsy Siegel.
Bugsy Siegel.
Bugsy Siegel was who created Las Vegas. With
Yeah,
the
I know
mob.
who Bugsy Siegel
When he
is.
came out to Vegas, they thought he was rubbing shoulders with the wrong people. He was getting a little fucking smoochy, and he was dating a Hollywood starlet. And plus, the envelopes were a little light in Las Vegas. The math didn't add up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gave you $8 million, but I got $6 million in contractor retreats. Meanwhile, you're in LA having dinner with fucking Sinatra, and I'm over here in Buffalo eating meatball sandwiches with a Korean and a fat little fucking Jew that's on a diet. You know what I'm saying?
Lee.
So Lee.
Yeah.
What's it say? Who owns Ciro's?
Oh, I thought you. I thought.
No,
you,
I think it was Bugsy Siegel who owned Ciro's originally. So they would kill people there.
That's what I'm saying.
They would kill people
Yeah.
there, and that's the result of it. People got tortured there.
Yeah.
They had a room down there where they would torture people plus.
And in the belly room, too, was an illegal abortion center. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. There was an illegal abortion center, and that's why they call it the belly room.
Jesus Christ.
And that's why, at times, people have said this, if you spend the night there, you can hear babies crying upstairs. But can I just tell you something about that belly room also? And it brings up something, the scariest thing I've ever seen up there. One night at 2 a.m, I was hanging out there, okay? And they go, you can hang out here, but upstairs they're doing something, but you cannot go up there in the belly room. I go, it's closed. Who gives a fuck? He's like, there's something going up there. Do not go up there. But I went up there. The back entrance, up the black. I opened up that back thing, right? It's pitch black in there, but I see candles, right? I swear to God, I saw this. 15 people wearing hoods and purple cloaks. Oh my God. Okay? And they're chanting. Right? And then, so I go back downstairs and I wait to see. They come down after the seance. You know who I saw? One of them was Lily Tomlin. Okay? The second one was Bob Zamuda. You know Bob Zamuda? And they were seancing Andy Kaufman's ghost.
Did it work?
I don't know. I didn't stay up there long enough to know. But what I'm saying is that there's something about that belly room that is a portal of something. Why are you laughing?
It's just crazy. It's a comedy club, and it's like a haunted house almost.
I still remember
yeah.
living in 3515, being a child, not a child, being a teenager, and staying in on Friday nights to watch Sanford and Son. And there used to be a show called Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Oh,
Yeah.
Go to YouTube. First, find out who owns Ciro's.
So, yeah, it was... Bugsy Siegel was the last one to own it. He wrestled it away from the
There we go.
So Bugsy Siegel.
previous owner.
Was there ever a Ciro open that owned it?
No, the first owner was William Wilkerson.
But his nickname was Ciro, though. I bet.
But the people who rented it after he did went to Sammy Shore and said if he wanted to start a... Now, what was the second one?
The second owner?
What was the second thing I needed you to do?
I think maybe Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yeah, go to YouTube and see if you find Ripley's Believe It or Not.
But before you get into
Comedy
that, I want to just say the last point I wanted to make, which is there is something dark about the store. It's not because it's black. There's just a weird vibe there. A lot of comics, even though we're having an upswing, there's this girl who she has I'm not gonna name her name because I don't want to get in trouble, but she has a Netflix special, but she doesn't play the store. And I was at the Laugh Factory and I saw her perform, and she got off stage. I was right after her, and I never met her before. She's very funny, and I said, "You're very funny," and she goes like this. She goes, and she just walks away from me, right? Which is rude, right? So in my head, I'm thinking maybe it's in my head, and then check it out. The next week, I'm at the Improv, and she's sitting there because she's about to go up. I sit next to her. She walks up and walks away. So I did some investigating, and I go, this girl, she avoids me. I've never met her before. I never talked shit behind her back. And a bunch of comics were saying, oh yeah, anyone that works at the Comedy Store, she won't even talk to. I go, why? Because she believes that we're all like kind of like demons, and that we're all like a part of this weird comedy cult, that we're dark. We have dark energies. But I don't feel that. I pray at night, and I try to be good, right?
We are.
But do you think that people do believe that, though?
When I got here, the word on the street was industry would not go to the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And industry would stay away from you if you had something to do with the Comedy Store because you were drug involved or something like that. There was all a bunch of things on there. I know one thing, and I know one thing about you, Bobby Lee. The Comedy Store affected both of us.
For the better or the worse?
For the worst at first to bring out the better.
Whoa. What the fuck does that mean?
The other night I was sitting there at 1 a.m. I went down to the store and I followed you and I watched you. And I got in my car, and I'm having a hard time lately, Bobby Lee. If you want me to lie to you, you're my brother. And I can tell you, the last 2 years, I've struggled with people wanting to take pictures of me. I've struggled with people that send me emails and say, you and Lee are changing our lives. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm a fucking criminal, Jack. I'll put a gun to your fucking head and take your wallet right
No, you
now.
won't. No, you won't.
Believe it or not, that's who I was.
I know, but that's not who you are.
And
I wouldn't be here if that's
I
who you
was
were.
thinking about my ex-wife. I was really thinking about my ex-wife and about life and how she saw me at my worst. There is many few human beings that saw me at my worst. The guy I kidnapped, obviously, my ex-wife, this guy named Mike Roebuck from, he's an author. He's called into the show a couple times because he's my brother. There's very few. George Kolodinsky, who's my brother, he was there the night I kidnapped the guy, and he saw me do a bunch of dark stuff. I was always a dark guy before I got to the store. Let's not fucking mistake who the fuck we are here. But when I got to the store, it does something to you. The original room does something to you. The main room does something to you that affects you. I don't know if you know this. Do you remember when I got the fat ball on my neck?
Oh, yeah.
I had a
remember
fat
the
ball
fat
on
ball.
my
Yeah,
neck.
yeah.
And I would I would do a line of coke and my heart would pump.
Yeah.
And whenever my heart would pump, the fat ball would come out of my collarbone. It would just levitate like Kennison with the spirit. And you could only feel it. So after I got off stage and my heart would work up, I go, Bobby Lee, come here. And you touch this and go, ooh.
Yeah,
Joe,
I
you better
remember
go
that.
to the hospital and
Yeah.
get it checked out.
I do remember that.
And I'll never
Why would you have people touch it though?
because I wanted you to tell me that I needed to get help because I was too much of a pussy to go to the fucking hospital.
I thought that was your underdeveloped twin.
Yeah.
Like you're like a twin
Remember
that was
that's when
underdeveloped.
Remember that song was out. My twin, my head. What was the song that chick, the Speed Freak, with the boyfriend Josh Duchemin and the band, the
Yeah, that guy.
Filipinos?
My humps?
My hump. My little sexy
yeah,
hump.
yeah.
I had a hump there. I had this fucking hump. So I went down to see the cyanide. Boom. They took it out. And here's the funny thing. There's two things that happened to me that can validate what you're saying to me. This was the first thing, Bobby. Then you're going to shit your pants. I didn't know you were as spiritual as you were. When I came out of the surgery, the doctor came and he goes, how you feeling? He goes, listen, we had to zip a piece of your fucking collarbone. We removed the piece of your collarbone because what we thought was in there wasn't really in there. It was a lot bigger. It was the size of a fucking softball. Your collarbone's going to be a little soft, but we did this new type of medical. You're never going to feel it, which I never have. You can't even find the scar. I'll give you $100. They're nothing. They were beautiful. Technology's beautiful. Jews are beautiful. But in the conversation, he goes, do you want to see what was in you?
Yeah.
And Bobby Lee, I swear to God, your mind works in mysterious ways. As soon as the doctor came in, it was a jar. You ever seen the movie, The Jerk, with all, the man with the brains? What's that Steve Martin movie with that?
The man with two brains, bro.
Yeah, they have the jars with the
yeah.
brain in it. It was a jar like that with the fat ball.
Oh my God.
And the bottom half was
cancerous or
still
no?
intact. No.
Yeah.
The bottom half was still intact. And the top half was what he broke off when he was first pulling it. And I looked at it, and this is the first thing I thought about, Bobby Lee. Are you ready? All the times you walked in the comedy store after you booked something, and people came up to you and said, Bobby, fucking we love you. And as you walked away, they said, fucking chink fuck him. He ain't funny.
They never said that.
They all, you have to assume they do.
Why?
Because that was their thinking back then.
They
You
didn't
and
say chink fuck.
well, whatever they said. When you and I first got there was a little dose of jealousy. That jealousy is not there no more. That's why the comedy store is so great right now. Because nobody is mad at
But
nobody.
do you know why though? Because I'll tell you why. Because at some point, Mitzi
Yes.
approved people that didn't belong. All right, and now you're mixed in with people that don't belong with the people that do, and the people that don't belong believe that they go fuck that guy.
Can you explain why they don't belong?
They just don't have it. They don't have that extra, that thing. You know what? Joe Rogan told me that the other day. He looked at me and he goes, there's something about you. You have it. There's nothing. He goes,
Oh, the other night I said the same thing.
yeah, he
on
goes, there's
stage.
nothing. There's no science and anything. You just have it. And that guy over there doesn't have it. And there's nothing. It's not about upbringing. It's not about it. And I go, wow, that's interesting. But I believe that. Some people just are born with this thing that they have it. And I can see young guys now. I bring them on the road. I look at them and I go, I think this guy has it.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What about the guys that had it when you and I were starving to death?
Yeah.
And now they're with us and they don't have it. What do you say for those guys?
Because because now I'm Asian about it, and
But now-
I'm science about it. There's
see,
scientific proof.
They were hot for 3 years. You've been hot for 10 years. You've been doing this now. You've been on a television show. This is your, maybe what, your ninth fucking cast position?
Well, no, I mean I've done pilots, but this is only my third on air show.
How many episodes of Mad?
I did 8 years.
You know, that's syndication.
I did a year on Animal Practice, and now I'm on my second year of Splitting Up Together.
You're like the wife from Married with Children. She went from Married with Children to Sons of Anarchy
I don't know.
to Superior Donuts. You just keep getting syndication money. You just keep getting checks from Hong Kong.
But do you know why? But do you know why? I think there's two reasons. Number one, I never left the store for any reason.
Any reason. You were very
And number
smart
two,
about that.
and number two, I got sober. Right, so that's all I have. And also number three, I still read. A lot of these guys, like I'm gonna name his name, but there was a guy. I'm like, God, back in the day, you used to be in a lot of movies. I go, what happened? He goes, well, I won't read. They have to offer it to me. And in my head, I'm like, no, you have to go in, sign up, and you have to wait in that lobby, and then read and get rejected, and that's what the game is.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.